There comes a moment in life, often quiet, often unexpected, when you look at your reflection and realize just how much strength you've carried through the years. Not the kind of strength measured in muscle or speed, but the strength of endurance, of surviving heartache, of rebuilding after loss, of WBR aching up every morning even when your body felt heavier than your spirit. And if you're over 75, let me tell you something from the deepest place of truth. You are not at the end of your journey, you are at the most powerful chapter of it. You have spent your entire life giving to family, to work, to others, and somewhere along the way, nobody stopped to remind you that your body is still capable of renewal. Not slowing down, renewal. Because age is not the closing of a curtain, it is the soft turning of a page. And today, I want you to hear this with absolute clarity. There is one single exercise that is not only better than walking, but specifically restores strength, balance, circulation, and confidence in adults over 75. And it's something almost everyone has overlooked. It's chair-assisted leg lifts, the simplest movement with the most powerful return. This exercise stimulates the large muscles of the legs, protects your joints, and rebuilds balance pathways in the brain, something no long walk can match at this stage of life. What makes it extraordinary is its accessibility. No gym, no equipment, no complicated motions. Just you, a chair, and the decision to rise into the next verse per ion of your strength. Each lift tells your legs, I am still here. Each repetition whispers to your nervous system, we are rebuilding. Each breath reminds your heart, you still have purpose. You are not fragile, you are simply waiting to be reawakened. And when you begin this one exercise daily, even for 2 minutes, you start reclaiming the power that aging never took away. It simply hid beneath the layers of fear, doubt, and the belief that slowing down is inevitable. It isn't. You can rise again, your legs can strengthen again, your balance can return, and your confidence. Oh, your confidence can light up your entire life again. This exercise is not about fitness, it's about dignity, independence, and the unstoppable human spirit. The question is not whether you can do it. The question is, are you ready to rediscover yourself? There is a moment, somewhere between the quiet morning birds and the deeply earned wisdom of life after 75, when you begin to realize that strength is not something you lose, it is something you wake back up. And one of the most surprising truths is that the body, regardless of age, still responds to movement, still rebuilds, still adapts. What changes is the kind of movement that supports you best. Many people believe that walking is the gold standard for staying strong later in life, and while walking is wonderful, it is not always the most effective or safest option for rebuilding the strength and balance you need to stay independent. That is where chair-assisted leg lifts come in, simple, gentle, controlled, and specifically powerful for adults over 75 who want to regain lower body strength without risking strain or instability. These small, focused lifts activate muscles in a way walking simply can't. They target the quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and hip stabilizers muscles that tend to weaken first with age and are directly responsible for balance and fall prevention. When these muscles weaken, even a short walk can feel exhausting. Steps become uncertain, a slight wobble becomes concerning. But when these muscles strengthen, your body begins to reclaim steadiness, confidence, and efficiency with every movement. Chair-assisted leg lifts allow you to strengthen these essential areas without the fear of falling, without pressure on your knees, and without requiring long periods of standing or walking, which can be tiring for joints. Instead, they offer controlled resistance, your own body weight, while giving you the full support of a sturdy chair. This creates the perfect environment for rebuilding strength safely. Many adults over 75 hesitate to start new exercises because they fear pain, dizziness, or losing balance. Leg lifts remove that fear. You are seated. You are stable. You are in control of every inch of movement. And in that controlled space, something extraordinary happens. The body begins to activate muscles that have been quiet for years. Slow, deliberate lifting awakens the neuromuscular system, your brain's communication pathways to your muscles. Walking uses momentum, which is good, but it doesn't isolate or deeply engage the muscles that keep you steady. Leg lifts, on the other hand, strengthen the very foundation of mobility. They teach your legs to support you again. They teach your joints to move smoothly again. They teach your brain and muscles to communicate clearly again. This is why so many experts recommend them for older adults rebuilding strength after long periods of low activity. Another advantage is that chair-assisted leg lifts can be performed at your own pace. No rushing bar, no pressure to reach a certain number. No need to track steps or miles. Even 1 minute a day makes a difference. And when you begin gently, your body starts responding almost immediately. Blood flow increases, stiffness reduces, and muscles begin firing more efficiently. Over time, this small Dalberwhy routine creates a ripple effect. Standing becomes easier, confidence grows, your walking posture improves, and activities that once felt tiring, like climbing a small step or rising from a chair, start to feel manageable again. The beauty of this exercise is that it meets you exactly where you are. Whether you have been active your whole life or have been moving very little lately, you can begin today. The chair becomes your safety net, your support, your training partner. As your legs lift, you are not just strengthening muscles, you are strengthening your belief that your body is still capable of rebuilding itself. And there is something deeply emotional about that realization. Many older adults quietly fear losing independence. They fear becoming a burden. They fear the slow weakening of their legs, the unsteady steps, the shakiness that seems to creep in without warning. But leg lifts empower you. They give you a feeling of control. They give you a sense of progress. They remind you, every day, that you are not defined by age, but by the choices you make. When you lift your leg just a few inches off the ground, you are lifting more than muscle. You are lifting your confidence. You are lifting your mobility. You are lifting your future. And the best part? This exercise does not require perfect health, perfect joints, or perfect stamina. It requires only one thing: willingness. Willingness to try. Willingness to believe that your body still has the capacity to change. Willingness to choose strength over resignation. As you practice these lifts daily, your balance begins to return, not because you are walking more miles, but because your stabilizing muscles are waking up. Your hips become stronger. Your knees feel supported. Your ankles learn to respond faster. These subtle MPBR movements accumulate into something life-changing: steadiness. Steadiness is independence. Steadiness is freedom. Steadiness is the ability to move through your home, your day, and your life with confidence instead of fear. So if you are over 75, hear this clearly: your legs are not finished. Your SBR strength is not gone. Your balance is not lost. It is simply waiting for you to call it back. And the simplest, safest, most powerful way to begin that comeback is by sitting on a chair, taking a breath, lifting one leg and then the other. This is not just an exercise. It is a promise to yourself that you are still capable of becoming stronger than you were yesterday. There is a quiet truth about the human body, especially the body that has lived more than 7 decades of life, and that truth is this: movement heals. Not extreme workouts, not long runs, not high-pressure routines, but small, meaningful daily movements that nurture your joints, wake up your circulation, and remind your muscles that they are still alive, still capable, still ready to support you. So many people believe that strength after 75 requires grand effort, long walks, or heavy exercise, but the reality is far more GBR-ental and far more hopeful. It is the small movements, the ones you do in your living room, in your kitchen, beside your bed, that create the most profound transformation. These small motions are like messages sent through your body, messages that say, wake up, stay warm, keep moving, stay alive. Ease, or squeeze your shoulder blades. You increase blood flow in areas that aging tends to slow down. Poor circulation is one of the most common causes of cold feet, swelling, numbness, and fatigue in older adults. But circulation does not improve through intensity, it improves through consistency. Every small movement sends fresh oxygen and nutrients throughout your body. It washes your cells with energy and signals your heart to stay strong. You don't need long walks to stimulate circulation. You need small, repeated motions that gently pump life through your blood vessels. And with better CBR circulation comes a sense of warmth, comfort, and vitality that walking alone cannot always provide, especially if you experience joint discomfort or stiffness. These movements also protect your joints in ways most people underestimate. After 75, joints naturally lose some lubrication, making them more prone to stiffness, grinding, and soreness. But movement is the key, the same way slowly, gently, through small daily practice. What many people don't realize is how emotionally powerful this routine can become. When you start moving each day, when you rotate your shoulders, raise your arms, lift your legs, you begin to feel present in your body again. You begin to connect with the physical self you may have unintentionally neglected. These moments remind you that you are not fragile, you are adaptable. You are not diminishing, you are rebuilding. Small movements give you back a sense of control over your body. You feel warmer, more awake, more steady, more live. They lift your mood, they reduce anxiety, and they ease the heaviness that can settle in the mind during long periods of inactivity. Movement is not just physical, it is emotional medicine. And the best part is this: you do not need energy, stamina, or perfect health to begin. You can start from your chair. You can start from your bedside. You can start while waiting for the kettle to boil or while brushing your hair. Every gentle motion, every small lift, every tiny stretch is a vote for your well-being. You are telling your body, we are not done yet. And your body responds, I am readber why. That is the magic of small daily movements. They create a steady, quiet transformation that walking alone cannot offer. They protect you, empower you, and remind you that even in your later years, your body is capable of remarkable renewal. You just have to move slowly, gently, daily. There is a quiet, powerful shift that happens when you finally understand that the path to strength after 75 is not paved with intensity, pressure, or pushing yourself beyond comfort. It is built through consistency, the gentle rhythm of showing up for your body every single day. Too many people believe that MBR improvement requires dramatic effort, long workouts, or bursts of willpower that leave them exhausted. But the truth is far kinder, far more sustainable, and far more aligned with how an aging body thrives. Consistency, not intensity, is what transforms your energy, mobility, and independence. When you move a little every day, you create a steady flow of progress that doesn't shock your joints, overwhelm your muscles, or drain your energy. Instead, it whispers to your body, we are rebuilding, and your body listens. It responds, it adapts, it strengthens. This is how mobility is restored, not through a force, but through patience. You see, intensity demands perfection. Consistency welcomes imperfection. It forgives missed days. It allows you to move at your own pace. It celebrates the quiet victories, lifting your leg a little higher than yesterday, standing a little smoother, taking a few more steps without discomfort, rising from a chair with more confidence. These small, steady improvements are the real foundation of strength after 75. Your body no longer responds best to pressure, it responds to repetition. Every gentle movement trains your nervous system, your muscles, your joints. ABR, ND. Even your balance mechanisms to stay awake and active. And because the effort is small, your body does not resist it, it embraces it. Consistency also protects your energy. High-intensity workouts often lead to fatigue, soreness, or discouragement, especially if joints are stiff or posture has awakened. But consistent, low-stress movement actually creates energy. It improves circulation, warms your muscles, lubricates your joints, and lifts your mood. You begin to feel lighter not because your weight has changed, but because your energy has changed. When you move a little every day, your body becomes more efficient. Tasks that once felt draining, walking across a room, bending to pick something up, climbing a small step, start to feel easier. Your body learns to conserve energy instead of burn it up. Intensity exhausts you, consistency elevates you. And when it comes to mobility, consistency is the only true path. Mobility is not just about muscle strength, it's about flexibility, balance, coordination, and joint health. These systems thrive on repetition. For example, doing ankle rotations every single day does more for your balance than a long walk once a week. Lifting your knees for 60 seconds daily does more for hip strength than occasional heavy exercise. Practicing sit-to-stand motions for a minute each morning improves leg power more effectively than infrequent gym sessions. Each small action teaches your body the patterns of movement it needs to stay steady and safe. Over time, consistency builds a reserve of stability. Your steps become surer, your reactions quicker, your posture taller, your gait smoother. This is not achieved through intensity. It is earned through daily presence. Independence, one of the greatest concerns for adults in their late 70s and beyond, is also preserved through consistency. Independence is not just about physical capability, it is about confidence. It is the belief that you can move safely, that you can support your own body, that you can trust your legs, your balance, your strength. When you move consistently, even in small ways, you reinforce that trust. You prove to yourself that your body is not slipping away from you, but responding to you. This confidence becomes its own kind of strength. It motivates you to stay active. It encourages you to keep moving. It becomes the emotional foundation for ongoing independent CE. And consistency is achievable for everyone. You don't need equipment. You don't need long workouts. You don't need perfect health. You only need a few minutes a day and a willingness to show up for yourself. If you commit to gentle routines, leg lifts, arm circles, slow marches, ankle rotations, seated stretches, your body will reward you. It doesn't matter how small the movement is. What matters is that you do it often. Think of your body like a garden. You cannot water it once a month and expect it to thrive. But a little water every day, that creates life. The same is true for muscle joints, and circulation. The emotional shift that comes with consistency is just as powerful as the physical one. You begin to feel capable again. You feel connected to your body instead of fighting against it.